it's Doris with all the books, and I'm going to do the TBR book tag today. I saw this on Books and Lala's channel recently, and it was actually the second time that she had done it. I guess she did it over a year ago, and TBR's changed, so I was really interested in listening to hers. And if you haven't seen her channel before, I'll link it below. She is just doing this delightful video series all year where she goes back and watches her haul videos from 2 years prior, and then goes in her massive TBR closet and pulls out the ones that are still there from that original haul list. And yeah, it's really cute. So I'm gonna link that so you can see them. I love them. So anyway, I just thought it was a super fun tag, and I wanted to do it because the questions are very interesting, and I wanted to tag some people so I could watch their responses. So yeah, the first question is, how do you keep track of your TBR pile? So I am going to go show you that right now. Now this little section here is my current TBR pile. So usually I set a monthly TBR, but I kept getting behind each month, and there'd be a book or two left over, and then I set the next month and there'd be a book or two left over, and then I got immersed in the Bailey's prize. So these ones over here are the Bailey's books I haven't read yet. So I started reading those, and people gave me books to read that I slipped in and things like that. So instead of making a new TBR in April, I decided to do a spring TBR, and I've been reading through this, and I'm planning on working on it through May as well, and then hopefully in June I can start a monthly TBR again, because I really like monthly TBRs. But I don't like putting books back on the shelf after I've pulled them from my current TBR, because I feel like that makes me not want to read them if I've pulled them to read and then put them back. You know what I mean? Anyway, so now we're going to go across the room to see my real bookshelf. Okay, so this is my TBR bookshelf where I keep all my unread books, and there are about 65 books right here, and I guess 15 more between the current TBR and the books I'm reading right now. So I've got 80 unread books on my TBR right now, plus a little sneak peek at a book outlet haul that just came in. And in my kitchen I have another haul piling up from Book Depository and Amazon. So yeah, I don't know what to say. So yeah, it's shameful. And I just finished reading 30 books in 30 days to try to create room, because my intention was to not exceed this area, and you can see there's not much room to put books on here. I do have a little bit of room right in here, and I have a little tiny space here, and I'm just gonna have to ugly stack back there and ugly stack up here. There's a tiny room here, and put some more in the front and maybe some underneath the shelf. Yeah, I gotta quit buying and read more. Yeah, it's getting bad. It's just, I can't keep it under control. So if I'm not careful, by the time all my other books come in, I'm gonna have over 100. Oh my gosh. So I don't want that to happen, do I? Or do I? Anyway, what am I telling you? These are all just books I've collected in the last 4 months, because prior to starting BookTube, I did not have a TBR. I know that is shocking to say. I had like 6 or 7 books that I half started and not finished, and I made it a goal to finish those this year, and I think I have 1 left from those. But yeah, the rest of them are just books I've acquired. These ones down here are my $1 or less pile, and they're the ones that I don't make myself read if I don't want to. So yeah, so that's what I got on the unread books, and now I'm going to go answer the other questions. And I'm back. So the next question is, your TBR mostly print or ebook? It's print. I don't really read ebooks very often. I read audio sometimes, but a lot of the audiobooks are actually physically on my TBR. So, how do you determine which book from your TBR to read next? Well, as I said, I like to make a monthly TBR, and one of the main reasons I like to do that is so I can read a wide variety of my books and not just the most recent ones. Because then you just read the recent ones and the other ones you lose excitement for. And I like to read a variety, so I'll usually keep a nonfiction going, a short story collection going. I try to bring in a few fast reads and a few slower reads. Maybe throw in a classic. I like to read books that pair well together, so I like to pick out a couple books that have similar themes maybe that would interest me, or let's say a book from the Palestinian viewpoint and one from the Israeli viewpoint would be interesting to me, things like that. So yeah. A book that's been on your TBR the longest, and as I said, I haven't had a TBR for very long, just since January. I did pick up Silas Marner because this is my mother's favorite book, and I think I've attempted to read it once before. Like, I think I have an old copy of my granny's somewhere. So yeah, Silas Marner. Number 5, a book you recently added to your TBR. My most recent acquisitions that I've shown you are the 2 that I got from Mothbox, and I do have newer acquisitions, but I'm saving those for my haul video, so sneaky. Number 6, a book in your TBR strictly because of the beautiful cover. If you've seen my channel much at all, you know what that one's gonna be. Yeah. Love that cover, I do. I'm getting a lot of airplay out of that cover. That's amusing me now. Number 7, a book on your TBR that you never plan to read. I don't have one of those. I mean, why would it be on your TBR if you're not going to read it? That question is kind of odd for me, at least. Number 8, an unpublished book on your TBR that you're excited for. This is the only unpublished book that I own currently. The Hearts We Sold by Emily Lloyd Jones, and this is set to be published in August. And I got this from one of the high school libraries. Little Brown is the publisher, and they have a really neat program where they'll send out ARCs to high school librarians and other people. So yeah, and this looks like a good one. It's, I mean, young adult, and it's kind of fantasy, I guess. Number 9, a book on your TBR that basically everyone's read but you. I'm going to go, I mean, I could have gone with a lot of things, but I'm going to go with Allie Smith, and not necessarily this title, but I've seen the name Allie Smith thrown around a lot on YouTube since I started watching, and I've never read, I hadn't even heard of her before YouTube, but she's super popular. So I got to get me an Allie Smith read one of these soon days. Number 10, a book on your TBR that everyone recommends to you. Well, nobody recommends anything specifically much, really, but I've seen The Mothers by Britt Bennett mentioned a lot toward the end of last year, and I really think that it's one that I'll gravitate toward. So, number 11, a book on your TBR that you're dying to read. For some reason, I'm really wanting to read this one lately. I keep looking at it and wanting to read it, but I'm trying to finish the TBR over there before I pull just random new ones. So, especially the Baileys, long and shortlisted books. So, I want to read it. I might do that soon anyway, even though I'm trying to be good and finish other ones. And then number 12, how many books on your TBR shelf? I already answered that. So, what did I say? 80-ish plus the ones that are coming. So, rapidly approaching, hopefully not exceeding 100. And I am going to tag Book Learning and Mel's Bookland Adventures, and anybody else who wants to do it, because I think this is a great tag. It's questions that I'm interested in hearing. I like hearing how you think about books. So yeah, and I guess that's it for now. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.